Man treats woman as his own property and not as being capable of feelings like himself. The way man treats women is much worse than the way landlords treat servants and the high caste treat the low caste. These treat them so demeaningly only in situations mutually affecting them. But men treat cruelly and as slaves from their birth till death, said Periyar E.V.Ramaswamy. He wrote Ramaswamy, born on 17 September 1879 in Erode in Tamil Nadu, died on 24th December 1973 in Vellore. Commonly known as Periyar or Tante Periyar, was an Indian social activist and politician who started the self-respect movement in Dravida Kazhagam. He is known as the father of the Dravidian movement. He rebelled against Brahminical dominance and gender and caste inequality in Tamil Nadu. In 2021, government of Tamil Nadu decided to celebrate his birth anniversary, Social Justice Day. Periyar said, man treats woman as his own property and not as being capable of feelings like himself. Treating another person as his own property, as his own self, is such beautiful. But misusing that and not trying to keep your feet into the other person's shoes is the worst kind of disease which is affected and afflicted in every society around the world. And there was no proper training for that kind of an equality-based love relationship. Hence, societies after societies crashed. If man decides to ill-treat women and consider them as slaves, according to Periyar E.V.Ramaswamy, man is also ill-treated when he goes to the office. The boss ill-treats him as a servant. Yes. And the political leaders already have started ill-treating the whole society. It's the basic foundation went wrong. It should start from our house. And how do we start from our house? By practicing our Samskriti together. Yes. Then we will know that it's not about equality. It's about trying to understand each other's talents and trying to allow it to bloom so beautifully to stabilize the foundation, stabilize the strength of the family. And that contributes to the joint family and the family tree. When that has been disconnected and destroyed by you, we cannot say, and another person from outside, then the whole society lives in utter mess. And in that mess, what Amitabh Bachchan, when he entered into politics and he came out of politics, he said, I am in the muddy pool of politics. Yes. If you do not understand and treat and melt in whatever subject you are entering, you find a muddy pool. That muddy pool was created by us. Periyar E.V.Ramaswamy said, man treats woman as his own property, not as being capable of feelings like himself. Feelings, the love relationship, the sexual relationship of what man feels should also feel that women also have the same feelings. If you cannot allow that same feelings, then you are a rapist. Yes. mentally, physically, psychologically. You might be a great poet or a writer, but you are doing this in your house, a rapist mentality, an abusive mentality. And how could such a person be called a big person? How could a books be published and people read it from the home? How we cannot say men were wrong because the way he has been brought up by the same mother and father, forgetting their samskriti. Now we have to go back to the samskriti. The way man treats women is much worse than the way landlords treat servants and the high caste treat the low caste those days. And even now in the villages it's the same, except in the cities we find less. But in the cities what we find is the departments created by the political leaders are ill-treating all the people, exactly like how the landlords treat the servant, the high caste treat the low caste. The political mainstream is ill-treating. And by the way they ill-treat, because man is ill-treated his women in the house, he goes there and ill-treat everybody. And every department, government department is ill-treating. With this kind of ill-treatment, we will not be able to have a beautiful country which flows with the love. Our GDP is not the gross national product of through money. It is the happiness of my people, said the Bhutan king. What a beautiful flow of loving language. Our GDP comes from the happiness of the people. How could we have happiness of the people when we are unable even to walk into a police station, into the courts, into any government department? And the same thing is happening even with the IT companies. IT companies, yes, everywhere people are feeling that one. Yes. These treat them so demeaningly only in situations mutually affecting them. Even in those situations, department situations of upper caste and lower caste, or the landlords, or the high-tech companies, or the stations, only during situations, said Periyar E.V.Ramaswamy. But men treat cruelly and as slaves from the birth till men treat the women from birth till death. They are showing so much love, but they are living in fear to give them freedom and allowing them to express their love. Yes. All the boys should be taught from the childhood that a girl should not even, you should not even use a flower even to hit a girl. You should only try to understand and love and then grow together. The suppression mentality, as long as we have the suppression mentality, hospitals after hospitals will always spring up. Yes. As long as the men has got the suppression mentality, there will be no peace. Only pieces will be there. Periyar E.V.Ramaswamy said, man treats woman as his own property and not as being capable of feelings like himself. Feelings of love, sexual feelings, spiritual feelings, samskriti feelings. Yes. The way man treats women is much worse than the way landlords treat servants and the high caste treat the low caste. These treat them so demeaningly only in situations mutually affecting, but men treat cruelly and as slaves from their birth till death. Please change. You be the change for the change you asked for, Sir Mahatma Gandhi. The change will make you happy and the world around you super.